when you take the ice machine apart, most important things to take off are all the floats, the valves, the motor, everything water flows through, to set in a chemical ice machine cleaner. After you wash all the water distribution tubes, all the probes, the floats, everything that has to do with water volume, water control, or water flowing, you reassemble the machine, you run it through a clean cycle. Again, all this information is on the inside panel of every ice machine I've ever worked on. So we're going to reassemble it, run it through a clean cycle, and then we have to sanitize the machine and make sure it works. Most condensing coils on ice machines, they get dirty on the inside, not the outside. Most air-cooled condensing units on ice machines, they bring air in through the panels and it goes out the coil. One of the biggest reasons they do that is they use the ambient temperature to cool the compressor and then go through the condensing unit to cool the gas to get you your subcooled refrigerant to produce the ice. After you put the ice machine together, normally before I put it into the clean cycle, I check the air filters to make sure they actually have air filters, and then if they don't, I get some for them and I clean the condensing coil before I run it through the clean cycle. I would follow the information on the panel. Every manufacturer is different. Some of them you have to leave them running for at least 30 minutes because the controllers have a program in them, and after so many hours of running, it'll flash an error code telling you need to clean the machine. It says sanitizing the machine, and if you only sanitize it for 20 minutes, you don't reset the controller. So you have to run it for 30 minutes, and that instructions are on the inside panel of every ice machine. After you get it back together and you put the solution in it, this one the panel says put in 8 ounces of ice machine cleaner. You put it in the clean cycle, you let the water flow. You want to make sure the water is going evenly across the distribution panel, going down the evaporator plates. You want to check for leaks. You want to make sure that the ice bin is clean. You want to clean around the edges of it. You can use the chemical you have in here, brush it on the sides to get all the minerals off the side of it. Makes it look a lot better. When it's in the clean cycle, it's a good time to check the drain. A lot of the water goes through the overflow tubes on most ice machines, and you can look in the drain to make sure it's clear, that water's flowing freely. When you're done cleaning the ice machine, one of the first things I check is it's up underneath it. A lot of times on the lip, on the lower side of the ice machine, you'll get a lot of mold growing down there, and that's the last thing I normally clean. After we clean the ice machine, and it's very important to watch it go through a batch of ice to make sure that the thickness is proper, make sure the timing is okay. For some reason, most of the ice machines, after we clean them, they don't work, and it can be because the floats are sticky. If you get water on the water level probes on top of the evaporators, they'll go into hardness prematurely and you won't get a good bridge thickness over the ice. It could be that the valve, after you rinse it, you get a lot of minerals going through the dump valve. You can have lime stuck in the valve so it won't fill properly. Just make sure before you leave that it makes 2 batches of good, clean ice, the right thickness, or we'll be back out to fix it.